Oh, that's YouTube. What's that for?
This is Facebook Live. We're going to go Facebook Live.
Oh, really?
Instagram
3?
Live. Instagram Live. Start live video. This is Facebook Go Live.
Hold on. Is it connected to the your internet?
What do you mean? It's live.
All right. So 1, 2. What's that?
What's what?
What's that right there?
This?
No, that computer. That one.
This computer?
Hmm?
You just asked me. I said Facebook.
That's Facebook.
Oh my god.
Facebook, YouTube, and
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yes,
You
correct.
want to adjust Instagram over?
Why?
I mean,
I'll just move over a little bit. Alright, so we had some introduction music. I don't know what happened. Alexa, play, but on volume 3. Alexa, play, volume 3. She gets on my nerves. Anyway, welcome to another session of Sex, Love, and Lies. This is your co-host, Mr. Rodney Bailey.
hey, how you doing?
And I am known as Lady Madonna. Oh, Lady Madonna, in case you didn't hear me. Ethan is calling you. Do you want to get that?
No, hit the button.
Alright, Ethan, Daddy's going to have to call you back. Alright, so today we're going to discuss a video that I came across on Instagram by Marcus Black. He's actually one of the members of Love and Hip Hop. I think it's Miami. I'm not sure. But he posted something on Instagram a couple of days ago, and I came across it, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. I feel like it's a bunch of bull, but it was interesting to hear how he felt as a man. And then also, I heard Derek Jackson, which is someone that I actually follow on Instagram, he commented on Marcus Black video. So I'm going to play Marcus Black video and we'll get into it in a moment. So this is probably the first time you're hearing this. Let me play it for you. And I believe a lot of men feel this way.
I was thinking this morning, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of lip from you ladies over this, but, you know, this got to be said. Okay, listen. No man, no real man want no woman that's 100% independent. You know it's cool to be self-sufficient. It's cool to be able to get out here and do your thing and handle your business if you need to, but all that 100% independent, I don't need nothing type attitude. Listen, that ain't gonna get you nowhere with us, okay? Not no real man, because part of the reason we was even put on earth is to protect and provide. If you don't need me to do none of that, what you want me for? You know, leave me alone. I can go spend some time with a woman who I can help. You know, and while you at it, oh, then eat your own.
What?
And you hit yourself from the back. You so damn bad.
He
Hey,
said,
man,
while you're at it, fuck your
I
own
was
self and
thinking
eat your
this
own
morning,
pussy and hit yourself from the back. So, that was his insight on how he feel about independent women. And again, there was another guy that I follow. His name is Derek Jackson, and he voiced his views on that particular video.
Okay.
I'll play his views later because obviously you're the co-host, and I want to hear how you feel about
I
that.
know what he said.
You want to hear what Derek
Yes,
said
let's
first?
see what's
Okay,
there.
let me call Kim. Let's get her on
Hold
the
on.
line
What did
first.
Derek say? What did Derek say?
Okay, let me get with Derek Jackson. All right. So, first of all, you need to follow Derek Jackson. He's the
Right.
absolute truth. Well, a lot of guys will probably say no, don't follow him because he's, you know, pretty much uplifting on the women aspect of relationships and stuff like that.
He's saying.
But I don't really, no, he's not single. But I don't think the information and the advice he provides us are incorrect. I think he's like dead on. But, all right, so let me find the video. Where...
Okay, so while you're looking for the video, okay. So it is easier to be with a woman who not necessarily needs help, but is not self-sufficient. You're doing it together. You're a team. Things just fall into place easier. Now, the only reason I'm saying easier is because my experience with independent women is lacking. I mean, I would like to try out the independent woman aspect who, you know, don't need me for anything, and we see how we fit together. You know, not having any experience with it, I would think it would probably be boring, frustrating. Ugh.
Wait, not having any experience with,
An independent woman.
So you feel that if you possibly meet somebody that's independent, you think that that relationship itself may be boring. And
I mean, okay.
See, I don't want to get too
so,
much into your views because I want Kim to get on the line.
Word.
So you want me to just go ahead and play the video? So I didn't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
All right, so this is Derek Jackson.
I was thinking
He's
this morning.
actually just going through the video
I'm
again.
probably gonna get a lot of lip from you ladies over this.
He'll start speaking shortly.
You know, fuck it. It just gotta be said. Okay, listen. No man, no real man want no woman that's 100% independent. You know, it's cool to be self-sufficient. It's cool to be able to get out here and do your thing and handle your business if you need to, but all that 100% independent, I don't need no nigga for nothing type attitude. Listen, I ain't gonna get you nowhere with us, okay? Not no real man, because part of the reason we was even put on earth is to protect and provide. If you don't need me to do none of that, what you want me for? You know, leave me alone. I can go spend some time with a woman who I can help. You know, and while you at it, fuck yourself and eat your own pussy. And you hit yourself from the back. You so damn bad.
You know, at first, I thought he was just mixing up the definition of an independent woman to be a woman that's overly prideful and stubborn.
Hey, man.
Because real independence, even 100% independence, is not when a woman says, you can't do anything for me. Real independence is when a woman says, you can do some things for me, but should you not do any of those things, I'll be just fine. But where he really lost me is whenever he started talking about the whole, oh, you don't need me for nothing to hit yourself from the back. Because independent women are glad to avoid dudes who say shit like that, who when they think of what they bring to the table, the first, if not the only thing they can think of is something to do with they everyday on every corner penis they want you to worship and feel lost without. And another thing is, most dudes know what independence is. All that independent woman slander, that comes from those dudes who are threatened by a woman who doesn't have a void. More specifically, a woman who's not looking for a man to fill that void. In which I think it's cool if you want a woman to be able to depend on you, but you got to earn that first with a commitment. Otherwise, you're just looking for a woman with a deficit. So you can either or protect your insecurities or have control over her. And if you need a woman to have a deficit in order to add value, the problem ain't her independence. The problem is you ain't that valuable, fam. Because real independence, even 100% independence, is
now that's his view on that.
Person.
Now hold your thoughts. I want to see if Kim is available, so I want to get her. But let me just connect this to. Actually, Alexa, call Kim Mobile. Alexa, call Kim Mobile.
Did you mean Kim Numbers Mobile?
Yes.
Calling.
Hopefully she's available. Should I call her on Facebook?
I mean, you would still ring on the same phone, right?
I think so. Am I calling the right number? Alexa, end call. Alright, so while I hit her up on Facebook, you can go ahead and finish your statement regarding you think it will be boring. And then can you elaborate on that?
Okay. Alright, so to take a step back for just a moment. Okay, if a woman is independent, yes, I can see it. The way my man explained it, which, you know, brought some insight to me. Yeah, absolutely. You know, if I'm bringing something to the table, she's bringing something to the table, and we enjoy our time together, we can make this work. I've had more experience with females who are getting themselves together, and, you know, we're making it the best way we can. Which I'm going to stop doing that because that's a waste of time. Because I need her to bring as much to the table as I'm bringing to the table so we can do this together.
But you just said that.
Okay, so what I mean is a business-minded, a professional woman in my experience, tends to be less fun than
Hold on.
less professional females.
But you just contradicted yourself.
No,
Because
no,
you said,
I'm not
hold on, let
contradicting.
me finish my point. You just said that you never really had the opportunity to experience
A relationship,
what it is to be with an independent woman, right?
Because it
mainly,
starts off wrong, and it's like I'm done.
Okay, so then now you say you want to give it a chance because you want somebody to bring to the table the same amount,
Right?
So
Because
which
I'm
is it?
wasting time with trying to, do everything myself, and trying to convince them that this is the way we should do it, versus me bringing, what I'm bringing, and her bringing something similar, and we put that together. We're going to get a house right now. Versus, us having to, fix some credit issues, and then, maybe down the line 2 years when we can, then count this as income and then get a house. It's just a little bit different. Now, in my experience, not that relationship, but trying to, see if something with a more professional woman is would I want to venture down that avenue. I've never ventured down that avenue because it was just, you work so much, timing, I work so much, timing, we can't get together, what you want to
Independency
do.
doesn't come from a woman working so much. It comes from a stage where she's completely confident within herself. The only thing she needs from a man is time, respect, commitment, and stability. You can be with somebody that's not really financially stable, and she could be working a lot. She just could be working at, a job that's not providing her amount of money that someone would consider to be middle class. So you can be with someone who has no money, and then you could be with someone that has money and don't really need you for that aspect of the relationship, but just need you to be a man, like provide her with protection, love, support, etc.
Right, but a female who is self-sufficient can't wait to tell you how self-sufficient she is.
That's not true.
And she don't need you for shit, which kind of puts a damper in us moving forward.
Now you say that because that's the kind of conversation that you've had with these women. She's like, the first thing out of her mouth is like, by the way, I'm self-sufficient, so I don't need you for shit.
Well, no, it
or are
comes
you
up
saying
eventually.
that's like how her attitude comes across?
The attitude, not that she's ever said, hey, but it's just like, I don't want to, because I'm good.
Okay,
you
so
know what, you are good. I'm out.
What type of attitude does she like? Give me an example of a self-sufficient woman that's giving you that energy that I don't need you for shit.
Never came across one that was. Okay, so when you meet somebody and it starts to click, it's not any particular conversation. It's a vibe. It's just I've never had that vibe with a professional woman to move forward past that because they're on their own type shit, which good for them. I want them to be, and everybody's not for everybody, and they'll find somebody that's for them.
Okay, so do you think that's coming from maybe how you approached her versus how her energy towards you? Because normally self-sufficient, confident women like to be treated and courted and approached a certain type of way versus someone that you would consider on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like certain things self-sufficient, independent women will deal with or not deal with versus someone that's not self-sufficient. They may see themselves like, well, he is providing this for me, so I can't say too much. I can't defend myself, or I can't ask him to respect me and demand it.
Well, whether a dude is providing anything, you can always voice your opinion because if you're not being yourself, I mean, who are we dating?
I understand that, and that's what you think. But in most cases, if I'm depending on you for something, that let's say money. The job I'm working is not paying enough. And the fact that you and I got into a relationship, financially you're secure. You're able to provide me with money weekly, monthly, whatever, so I can upkeep my home. So hypothetically speaking, in that particular case, I will probably find myself, if I was that female, saying less.
Well, no. I mean,
because I'm not trying to rub you the wrong way, because I need you. I need that support that you're providing me.
Which would be wrong, because I mean, if we're gonna be in a relationship, you should be able to voice whatever's on your mind, and me being the, I don't know, breadwinner, I'll take it into consideration, and because I mean, one of us has to be in charge, or make the final decision, and it tends to be me, and I want to hear everything you're thinking, and I want to, and I'll take it into consideration. And if it's best, absolutely. I'm not one of those ego guys that's like, hey, we're only going to do it my way. If you have a better idea, then absolutely, I'll admit that's a better idea. Let's do that. But not because I'm providing more should you feel you don't have that right to speak, or you want to hold back not to, cause any strife.
Okay, and the only reason why I'm asking that is because you said the self-sufficient women you met, they had this persona about them that was like, oh, I don't need you for shit. You could be on your merry way. And is it, I don't need you for shit, you can be on your merry way? Hold on 1 second, this is Kim calling me. Hey, Kim.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm great.
I was actually going to call you from my Alexa because I don't know how loud my phone is. So if you hang up, I'm going to call you right back.
All right, okay.
All right,
Bye.
So that's one of my girlfriends that I just called. I absolutely love her. Alexa, call Kim Mobile.
Did you mean Kim Numbers Mobile?
Yes.
Calling.
We didn't call from Google?
Because he's low.
No.
Hello?
Hey, girl.
Hey,
We actually streaming
what's going on?
Nothing much. So happy that you're able to join us.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I said I'm so happy that you're able to join us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Now, let me know if I start sounding muffled, because I'm calling you from my Alexa, and she's very temperamental. So she has a moment where she don't feel like cooperating.
Okay. Hold on.
So, what'd you say?
No, I'm here.
Okay, so I played the video that I sent to you earlier to Rodney. I played both videos, actually. The one of Marcus Black.
Of Derek as well.
Yes. So we're in the process of Rodney giving me his insight on it. I'm gonna. Well, do you want to recap on what you said? I don't want to recap for you.
Okay, so I would love to have a professional woman to compliment me, and we do this together. However, in my experience with professional women, it doesn't seem to move anywhere. It doesn't seem to move forward, because honestly, I need somebody who wants to go to the matinee movie and let's sneak into other movies. I want to have some fun. I want to I don't know, let's order some food and see if we can skip out. Not that we'll pay, of course, but I mean, just something spontaneous. Babes who are more professional, they're so set in their ways and doing what they usually do, and it's just not as much fun. I wanna sneak in and see how many movies we can get for this matinee price. I don't know, let's just throw on some sweats and go do something. Let's not go fine dining every time we go out. Let's not go dancing every time we go out. Can we? I don't want to just sit at home and watch Netflix. I want to do some stuff and have fun, but just not. I just find professional babes tend to be less boring or less fun. I do. I would love to come across a professional babe who wants to sneak into movies and have some fun and do some stuff together, but I mean, far and few between. They're busy, they're working, so I mean, it is what it is. So, you saw the video.
So you don't think you can get that out of a businesswoman?
I mean,
you think
eventually
a businesswoman can deliver all what you just mentioned?
I mean, they've got to be out there. I mean, there's got to be some fun business people just like myself who, hey, you want to let's do this, bet. Let's do it, but I mean, the circles that I run in, I don't come across these females, and I've been kind of, lacking.
Well, a lot of times it's what you're attracted to as well.
Exactly.
What we like, what we want in a person, we go by the exterior of how they look and everything like that. And it's more to that person than what's on the outside. So with men, you guys look at the exterior first. And a lot of us women, we do that too. It's just really more to it. The person you want, you can get it if you just take that away. Yeah, you got to be attracted at first, but y'all got to go hard with that. Oh, she got to have a fat ass. She got to have this. She got to have that. And that seemed to be more important than all the other stuff.
And I told him.
It's out there.
Kim, I also told him that it could be based on his approach. Because a self-sufficient, secure woman, there are certain things that she will probably not deal with in terms of the way she's being courted by a man. Or maybe his conversation. Someone on the opposite end of that spectrum may be more tolerating, because she feels like, okay, well, I kind of have to accept this sort of type of behavior, or I kind of have to accept the way he approaches me or speaks to me because I'm not capable of bringing X, Y, and Z to the table. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you are approaching someone that's completely, let's say, established, there's a certain type of presence you have to have, certain type of confidence. You have to be able to speak to that person on the level that they are. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they're boring. But what you can say to a typical babe, like, yo, what's up? You may not be able to say that to a woman who's secure. She might, like, excuse me? What do you mean, yo, what's up? My name is...
Okay, so there's nothing hood about me.
But you also don't want the representative either. You don't want nobody approaching you like that, like, yo, what's up, and being all ghetto or ratchet or whatever. But you also want somebody to show you who they really are. Often we meet the representative always. They being what you want them to be. They fronting. We don't want people to front. We want people to really just be themselves.
Okay. So
come at me and be yourself, and then let me decide whether I want to take it a step further or not.
So the problem is with being yourself is, let's say I'm approaching a babe or a female. We'll call them females. And I'm being honest. Hey, I find you attractive. I know nothing of you. I'd like to take you to dinner, maybe get to know you. But females are approached so many times during the day that as soon as I say, hey, I'm already getting the don't the number. I'm just trying to say hi or trying to say excuse me.
And you're right. You're absolutely right. Women need to check their attitudes. There's a lot of us out there that got straight attitudes, and it's good brothers being turned down every day. It's already where you don't want to be rejected. Don't nobody really like rejection. And yeah, good brothers get turned down every day. Us women really need to check ourselves when it comes to that. We look at what he got on. He could be just getting off work. He could be driving a Maserati, as far as we know. But we judging what we see firsthand, not even getting into his head, seeing where he at.
Right.
And that has to stop as well. We have to take responsibility of what part we play as well when it comes to these men feeling and making the decisions they make on black women.
True. I feel like we're getting off the subject just a little bit, and the only reason why I say that, but you're right though. I do believe that there are certain things that us women need to look at for ourselves to figure out why we are in the situation we are in, whether it's lack thereof a husband, lack thereof a committed relationship. There's a lot of things that we need to check as individuals. But the only reason why I said we're getting off a subject is because I want to really pay attention to what Marcus Black said.
The video.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of guys really do feel that way, and
I don't think we do.
How do you know? You don't know a lot of guys. So I'm just joking.
That's absolutely true.
No, the only reason why I say that is because I've had several conversations with my girlfriends where I will know someone that's kind of considered needy. Always need a man to be around, always need him to pay a bill. He has to do X, Y, and Z every time he walks in the house. The man may complain about it. I actually have an ex. I can give you a better story, but I'll stick to what I'm saying. The man may complain about it, but the honest to God truth, those are the relationships that last longer. And that will be the woman that will make more of a presence in his life. Like, he could be done with her, move on to the next, and he will constantly keep thinking about her. And that's where I want to touch on, because I had an ex. He acted like he was complaining about his ex being so needy, but the truth of the matter is he loved every minute of it. And then I came into the picture not needing anything but his time and energy, and I got cheated on left and right.
Okay, so from a male perspective, because I'm a dude and all, it is nice to feel needed. It's nice to be Superman and rescue them from their current situation, or be that rock that holds them up, and they appreciate.
By the way, Kim,
we don't.
Yes.
We can speak as freely as we want, and I just want to let you know I do get ratchet at times, and we cuss too.
Oh, so I can curse?
Yes, we cuss too, because I grew up in a Caribbean household, and all I heard was curse words, because my mama loved to cuss. But I brought that up to say my favorite saying for Rodney is, I like to call him a Captain Save-A-Ho, because he has that Captain Save-A-Ho personality, and I can't.
It's bullshit.
I can't get mad at him for that, because I know our sign. It's the Aquarius in us. You know what I mean? Like, we have, there's that air sign always want to help somebody and save the world and make everything perfect.
Okay, not that I want to save. It's just, it's nice to be appreciated. If I got a little extra.
Let me tell you something. An independent woman can appreciate you, but I'm not gonna cut you off. Keep going.
Yeah, a lot less, but.
That's BS.
All right, so it's nice to be that person that can come in, fix everything, be appreciated, and less professional versus professional. I mean, even though professional women could probably show some appreciation, they just they're so established they don't need to. But I mean, I like to be appreciated. I go out of my way for someone who would appreciate me versus someone who would see it as, the norm. So, I mean, I like making people happy. And if I can make a professional woman happy and she appreciated, just like the ratchet Joan from down the street, then yeah, I would absolutely love to be with her and see where that goes.
So what do you think that you can... Okay, why do you feel like you won't be appreciated by a woman that's stable? Like, give me an example of something that you will do for a woman that's unstable.
What does she gotta do? What does she gotta do to show her appreciation?
Yeah, like,
what are you expecting? What are you looking for?
Yeah, what kind of response?
Okay.
What's required of that?
Okay, so something simple. I mean, I was dating her recently, and I took somebody out, and they were like, thank you. They and the way they said it, the way the body language, they really appreciated, versus taking out someone who can take themselves out and not really appreciate it as much, and it was like, it was okay.
Give a little background on that particular person, though. No, you have to, because the reason why I'm asking that is because my point that I made earlier, I think it plays into that. But just go ahead. So Kim can get
this young lady
clear understanding.
was currently okay. So this young lady was currently in between employment, which it didn't matter because
No. Don't. I don't want you to justify. I just want you to give a background on this particular female.
So she was in between employment. She was, staying with her peoples. Her car was in the shop. I came across her, and I thought, because of her appearance, just like guys do look at the outside first, and because of her appearance, I wanted to know more. And, I found out that, the job and the staying with moms and people do that. I mean, from time to time,
Not
people...
just mom staying with job. And I'm his best friend, so I know more. Give a little bit more.
You found out she was a bill, huh?
Honey, she was more than a bill. He could have put her ass on his taxes in 2019. Keep going.
However, she had a
going.
He was claiming a dependent, huh?
Honey, okay, she had health problems. What else? Go into to it. Give it to us
I
raw.
mean,
We need to know.
She may have had some health problems.
May have.
Issues with
Honey, she
keeping
needed a breathing machine, okay?
food down or something. I mean, but physically,
Physically,
she, made the cut. So I wanted to take her to dinner to see if, what was the plan? Where is this possible?
Explain to Kim what the cut means.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so the outside appearance for me is, I don't even approach unless the outside is decent enough. I require at least a decent waist.
So, ladies, if you're listening, you can be homeless as long as your waist is 23. Honey,
Not
you
at
are in
23.
there next
I don't know what 23 means. I know size 2, 3,
size
and
2.
4.
Excuse my eating.
Oh, wow.
This is uncut and raw.
But see, I grew up with cheerleaders and models and dancers. That's what my genre consisted of, and I had so much fun in that genre. And I'm not, shy about going outside. It's just I've had less fun when I did.
So basically, you could be a bum on the street
Not a bum.
as long as you have a waist.
Well, that's the problem. Most good women ain't got that waist.
Right?
I'm sorry.
Right?
Now,
Most good women ain't got the waist you're looking for.
Right.
Okay?
But there are exceptions
All
to the
right,
rules.
so that
For example,
be mandatory that you look for that.
Right,
That's something that can be changed in a
That-
woman. You can encourage her. Let's go to the gym. Let's get your body right.
I'd be totally willing to do that.
From the jump.
I would be willing to do that.
From the jump.
I mean, it's not that it's a requirement. Hold on.
Hold
It's
on.
not a requirement. It's a preference. However,
Ronnie?
I am willing to go outside of my norm if there's compensating factors. The girl I was supposed to date this weekend had a waist, or it appeared to have a waist,
Okay.
and I was, because of her
First of
personality, I was willing to check it out. But
First of all, you guys know I'm going to keep it to you real. He's probably going to try to butter it up because he's trying to make you feel like he's not gullible and shallow and all that other shit.
maybe
He
slightly
is.
shallow. But
He's
I mean,
very much so shallow.
slightly.
Kim,
Mm-hmm.
he wants you to have a 23 waist is equivalent to about a 2.
Is it really?
He wants you to be
Are
a
you
2.
serious?
He wants you to be a 2. He will deal with any issues you have as long as you have a 23 waist.
Okay, look.
And the reason because of that is, tell him why.
What do you mean the reason because of that is? Okay, look.
Because obviously he's a husky dude, so he wants to be able to.
Currently husky on my way down to
Nothing is wrong with being
six-pack.
husky. He wants to be able to dominate that woman. in
That's
that
no.
bedroom.
It's not about dominating.
No,
however,
it is all about
no.
dominating.
It's not about dominating. It's just when we're in the process of making the magic. I like to look down, and the smaller waist and the dangling tatas. It's sexier on a smaller waist, a smaller frame than it is on a big girl. I'm sorry, it is. It turns me on, and I need what turns me on to keep me motivated to go forward. Because, if you're a thick John, and
You're not finding real love because of your standards.
Thank you.
I
But
find
Your standards
a
are
lot.
like really, they suck.
You want to
You
know
know
what's
what I
Not
mean?
that they
It's not even
okay. Look,
realistic.
they're not standards. It's a preference, not a standard. I'll go outside.
I mean,
the preference.
it's a preference, but you require that. You may get
No.
you a woman. You may go
I don't
outside
require
of what you want, and then you may end up cheating on what you got.
Oh no! I don't
What
cheat on my
you see
Jones.
out there that fit your description of what you're looking for.
Okay, look. Okay, so a preference is what I tend to gravitate to. However, there are compensating factors. For example, there was a Joan I was supposed to go out with this weekend. She seemed to have a larger waist, but her personality
And I had to convince
was
him
so
to agree
bubbly. Her
to go
personality
out
was
with
so
her.
bubbly that I'm like, yo, I really enjoy your presence.
Let
Let's
me tell
do
you the
something.
truth about this part. I had to convince him to go out with this particular person because she was way more established than the girl who needed the breeder machine. But he was so caught up into the girl who needed the breeder machine because she had the size 23 waist that he really didn't put that much energy into the one who was established. And I kept saying, Rodney, please take your cape off. Take your Captain Save-A-Ho cape off
Doesn't matter.
and try please call that lady who's a nurse and got everything going on. I was like, call her. You know, you might experience something different.
I tried to stay in
Give her a
contact.
chance.
I tried to stay in contact. She
put
failed.
You put more energy into the slim chick than the not so slim chick. Tell the truth.
Okay, so tell me.
The
Truth be
listeners are
told,
watching.
truth be told, I did put more energy
Why?
into the Slim Joan because it turns me on. It does.
Right.
However, I gave the slightly larger Joan a chance, but she didn't keep in contact.
Well,
I guess she was so busy.
Neither did the Slim John. The Slim John waited for you to contact her. That's the only how you guys kept into communication. And I kept saying, okay, text the other one. Leave this one alone. Text the other one. See what's going on with her. And you're like, yeah, okay, yeah. And the next thing you know, I'm speaking to you about the situation. You're like, yeah, the Slim John. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, the one that needed a breathing machine. He's still in communications with her. So,
wow.
Exactly. So, ladies, if you have a size 23 waist and you're on the verge of being homeless, my bestie has a place he will move you in. Okay?
Oh,
you
my
don't
God.
need to have a car. He will come pick you up. He will rent the U-Haul truck. Oh, he loves spending money on women. So he will rent the U-Haul truck for you.
It's more than just a small
He will
waist.
come pick you up. Oh, but my bad. You have to have a small waist, and what else? Oh, be submissive. As long as you got those two things going on,
Well, that does
my
help.
bestie's the person
but-
for you. Can we help set him up with somebody that's worth his damn time? Please, can you help me, girl?
I got a question.
Kim.
What's more important to you in a relationship? Is it the sex or communication? Which one is more important? Because you speak a lot about, her body, her this, her that. What about the mindset and everything? Like, you vibe more with the girl, who her personality is just bubbly, and you love that, but your mind is where the girl who's very needy at because of her body frame. So is it a sex thing? Like, is that what grabs you? Is you more focused on how your sex is going to be with the person if you commit to them?
It's both. It's both. Because, a relationship without sex is not a relationship. The sex aspect has to be there, but we have to be able to, okay, so.
Which one is more important?
More important.
Rodney,
Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I got a question. Okay, which one's more important? What's the head game like?
Oh, Jesus Lord.
What? Because I don't have to have sex, but.
Oh, my God.
She said.
Okay, hold on, let me think. We have to be able to get along, but honestly, if the sex is garbage, it's going to fail regardless. We can be cool, and if it's garbage,
So that's my point. It's like, you saying if the sex is
But that's with
garbage,
anybody, though.
regardless. So that's the problem with people today. They're not working with situations. Like, everybody's sex game ain't
working
up
with
there.
situations.
Like, are you willing to teach? Are you willing to show them and help them get it up there? Like, that's a struggle for men and women. But it seems to be very important that the sex.
Tell about your marriage.
You seem like a very sexual person.
No. I'm very,
and
very.
looking at the outside,
Yeah,
definitely, first
very.
and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And the communication and all that, how y'all vibing seem to be second from my perception and what I'm hearing and what I've heard tonight.
Okay.
Speaking.
So, as far as the vibing, I need to be able to speak freely to the female that I'm with. I need her to understand me for me. Like, okay, so I need to be able to, speak to her, but her not take it out of context, take it for what I'm bringing to the table as versus, past experience because I'm not like other dudes. Now, if we have that and the sex is okay, then yeah, we can work on that as long as, communication is great. Now, if the sex is garbage and there's no way of improving it,
What make it garbage, though?
Speak from experience. Tell her about your ex.
Like how could a woman's sex be garbage?
Okay. So, how some people naturally can dance and how some people, you can't teach them to dance at all? They can go to class and they still can't move their hips correctly? Well, I've been in a relationship where even if you took them to class, movies, helping with the body, everything. They're still not going to be able to do it unless you do it for them. You got to hold them. You got to move their body. That gets exhausting having to do my part and their part.
Okay, that's where communication comes in. You have to communicate that that's an issue, and most men they don't do that.
Oh no!
They don't want to hurt the woman's feelings or whatever. They're not going to communicate that that's an issue. They're going to most of them going to
okay, but wait, but no shade.
You need to work on this. You need to work on that. Most of them are just going to go out there and get what they want.
Yeah, most of them. However, no. Most dudes.
Y'all don't got no.
No.
Patience.
They don't have no patience. No one's communication is better than mine. I will let you know, hey, I'm not happy. We need to work on this. And if it gets to the point, I'm like, yo, I love who you are. I could be with you for the rest of my life, but I'm going to need you to let me fuck this other Joan every now and then, if that's cool. Look, I'm not going to cheat without getting permission.
Hold on for a second. Now, no shade to you, because I love you. You're my bestie. But I've seen you on the dance floor. Your steps ain't always in a line. And
I was using it as a metaphor. That was a metaphor. That was a metaphor.
Wait, let me tell you. We went to Brooklyn to hang out with one of my good friends. And we had some Caribbean music going. And
I was drunk.
We were trying to, then you should have been moving more swiftly and more into it. We were trying to show him how to move that waist. And
I didn't know how to whine. I've never whined in my life.
And homeboy was stuck on the first beat. We were like, okay.
I got the whine down. I can whine now.
Okay, so my point trying to say is, I don't think being able to dance, they like to say that equates to being good in the bedroom.
Oh,
because based on what you said, you're the bomb, right? Right?
I am the bomb.
Okay,
oh,
exactly.
So you said you never whined in your life. So
what do you do in the bedroom?
No. I mean, I didn't grow up with Caribbean music to be whining out there, and it was my first wine experience, and I had to get the motion down.
So what are you doing there?
Oh, but Caribbean music is not the only thing that you
like moving them hips.
Girl, he's giving her the white man pump. Oh, excuse me, I should have said.
That's right.
Close your ears. Put your ears like that.
I'm sorry. I
Okay,
didn't mean to say that.
so not the white man pump, but I did grow up with sport fucking.
Oh, so you like watching porn?
I frequent porn from time to time.
That's what your problem is.
Like
you seem like you a banger. You know what that means?
Yeah, I am. I'll fucking. I will.
You seem like you.
And nobody likes that.
Yo, not nobody, because there's girls out there that's like, they've been made love to so many times when they come across you like me, they're like, yeah, fuck the shit out of me. I'm like, yeah, well, fuck the shit out of you.
Okay, yeah, but that's just, I'm sure that was a one-night stand. Are you talking about in a relationship where you're in love?
All right, so I hate bringing her up because she comes up way too much, but...
Who, batshit crazy?
Yes, yo. We fucking banged or sport fucked every time we got together, which, was cool with me because that's what I'm used to. So.
Which explained the reason why he was okay with her taking him to jail and making him lose his job and getting him kicked out of his apartment and all the time. Well, not kicked out. He voluntarily left because he just couldn't deal with it anymore.
I finished the lease, paid it off, and didn't renew.
Oh, come on.
But he was okay dealing with her.
You went through all of that with her?
It was just one Joan. It was the first time that ever happened to me.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so I have a question to the guys that's listening. How many guys believe that in order to have good sex, you have to have it with a crazy bitch or whatever, crazy female?
Or better yet,
good sex.
The good sex that you did have, when you look back on it.
That topic come up a lot lately.
Yeah.
And I disagree with that. They say,
you're not crazy?
The girls with the good shit, they crazy. I disagree.
Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna ask you a question, but to talk to the guys real
quick. But that
quick.
question wasn't for me. That was for the guys.
Guys, the best sex that you ever had, the better sex that you had. In retrospect, when you look back, was she a little bit, we had to leave her alone for one reason or another because something was just but the sex was really, really good. We hate to leave her, but we got to do it. Those. Now.
But technically, you didn't leave. You just left the house because you kept running back to the pussy.
Yeah.
Well,
He did. He kept running back to her. They weren't living together anymore. But he was still finding his way back to that. And till this day.
Well, he kept running back
not
because
till this day.
that's more important to him.
Exactly.
No.
As if I was, like I was saying earlier, that's more important.
Not that I was finding my way back to her, but I mean, if the opportunity presents itself and, she seems to be not currently crazy, I might venture and see, how much I can get before the crazy kicks in. That's what that was.
What?
Yeah.
But she's crazy, period. What are you trying to say? You want to see how much you can get within that moment before the crazy kick in within that moment? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, this is a good question. What makes a girl crazy? Did you guys ever think about what makes her crazy?
I think this one was certified crazy.
I think it was, in this situation, it was more hormones and...
so Madonna, you feel like she was really like...
No.
Checked in somewhere?
Yeah, no. I unfortunately, I had firsthand experience with this one. I don't know if you remember when I was on Facebook and I posted a picture of a female and I was like, I don't understand why this one particular female keeps stalking me.
No,
Okay, well, it was his girl. Because she didn't believe that him and I were
best
friends, and we not screwing, never screwed, don't like each other, don't make sexual advances or passes, nothing. Right. She didn't believe that, and homegirl was losing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, she would call me and...
I mean, Madonna, you are beautiful, so her perception of you were that it gotta be more than that.
That's kind of like bullshit, though. Just because she's pretty, I'm fucking her. I mean...
You can see why a woman can be intimidated. You're a strong woman in your spot. I'm a strong woman in my spot. We're not like that, but you can see why somebody would be intimidated by you and I. I can see that. Like, how the hell y'all just cool? As gorgeous as she is.
Wait.
Because I said so.
First off, thank you so much, and yes, you are beautiful as well. But I blame that on Rodney, because I believe there's a way you go about doing everything, right? And I tell Rodney, and I'm also close to another friend that's a male. I said to him, you can't wait until the very last moment to bring me up. Okay? And then when we're having functions together, you need to incorporate her. You can't be like, you can't come today.
No, you have to understand.
I agree.
No.
You know what I mean? You have to make her see.
Nah.
You have to make her see our interaction
That's very
with each
true.
other.
Because any friend that's a friend to you should be able to be a friend to your best friend.
Okay.
And do you remember?
And that's where I get things.
Do you remember the
karaoke?
karaoke?
Do that.
Do you remember the
she should know who
karaoke
your
night?
friends are.
Exactly.
And especially if y'all best friends.
Exactly. So do you remember the karaoke night I had at my home that she was at, Kim? Remember the karaoke? I think it was New Year's Eve when I had karaoke at my house.
Yes.
They were together at that point in time, and I told him to bring her.
Were we?
And he didn't want to bring her.
Oh, what was karaoke?
Oh,
New Year's
Eve. Yes.
See, you should have bought it because she would have loosened up when she was out around.
Okay. No. I chose not to bring her on purpose because when she gets out in public, she tends to act up. So I didn't want to have to deal with that.
I'm about to cut you off because you flirtatious.
No, what?
That's why you didn't want to bring her. Yes, you are.
Okay.
You are very flirtatious.
Okay, who did I...
And you knew you couldn't be flirtatious.
No, I'm not. I'm not flirtatious.
I had you flirting a little bit. You know you just flirty.
I'm not flirty.
You flirty?
No, I'm a nice person. I'm not, no. I'm a nice person. It may come off as flirty, but I'm not.
Okay, all right. Okay, call it what you want to call it.
Okay, good.
But you flirtatious. Okay? And anybody would see it that way. Not saying you made advances and you like, let me get your number, Nah, you ain't have to take it that far, but you are flirty, and that's your part of your personality. You knew you couldn't be that with her being in the building.
No.
You know what type of chick you dealing with.
No, I would have been the same.
You want to just really be yourself, and you can't be yourself around her.
The same dude I was that night, I would have been the same dude whether she was there or not there.
Mm-hmm.
her, then you should have bought her.
Oh, no, I didn't want her to act up and ruin the evening for everybody.
Why?